McIntyre from New Philly. In the P19, Uricville's Grant Walker. In the 09, David McDiffett from Mineral City. And in the 07 from Downton Aiden, Justin Smith. Heat number 6 of the J.D. Byrider Demolition Derby for 2016. Heat number 6 tonight. We've got 4. Justin Smith in the 07. In the 09, David McDivitt from Mineral City. That was Jan McIntyre from New Philadelphia right there. Smashed into the 09 of David McDivitt. And the other car is the P19. That's that wonderfully striped bad boy. Driven by Grant Walker from down in the Twin City. We award 4. We've got 4, so they're all going to be in the top 4. Who is 1, 2, 3, and 4? That was Jan McIntyre with that bad boy in reverse. Now so much for Jan's side up on top of the car. Up on the north side of the Derby ring, David McDiffett from Mineral City. Grant Walker from Uricville quickly shifted down into the corner. And the yellow 07 is Justin Smith from Dunedin. As Justin and Jan McIntyre will lock it up just down to the midway part of our ring. And split heaven and P19 from Grant Walker from Uricville. All 4 battling for that top spot in heat number 6 tonight. The J.D. Byrider Tuscarawas County Fair Demolition Derby. And they're back at it, the 6648 of Jan McIntyre from New Philadelphia. The 07 of Canadian Justin Smith. Number 6, the Tuscarawas County Fair Demolition Derby. Jan McIntyre in 6648. Trying to get in that final hit status. Jan out there with the 07 of Justin Smith from Dunedin. Now, Justin going to come back at it. Hit Jan and knock that. So it's Jan and Justin. Now Jan going to try and drive him up and over that silver wall on the north side. Already had one go over that wall. Jan in that blue and gold 6648. The yellow 07 of Justin Smith. The 2 left rolling in heat number 6. So Jan hits him head on. Now Jan going to back her up again. place in the P19 from Yorkville, Grant Walker. In third in the 09 from up Mineral City Way, David McDivitt. In second place in the 07 from Dunedin, Justin Smith. And taking home the top spot in heat number 6, driving the 6648, New Philadelphia's Jan McIntyre. 7 tonight, heat number 7. Driving in this bad boy in the X, Brandon Welker from New Philadelphia. In the 62 Scios, Joe Thomas. In the 03, Tyler Boyknott from Yorkville. In the 99G, you'll have Dustin Brenneman from Millersburg. In the 56, Shane Holt from Yorkville. In the 88, Midfield, Randy Hahn. In the 43, Huey Water from Tusky. In the 32, Destry Nesbitt from Waynesburg. In the 22, New Philly's Kyle Rector. In the 24, Michael Embers from Waynesburg. And in the 61, Justin Van Fossen from Tusky. 11 in heat number 7 tonight. Thanks again to the folks at Hertz Rental Equipment for providing us with those bad boy moving vehicles you see out there between heats, clearing out smashed up cars and trucks and the like. Hertz Rental Equipment. Thank you, and thank you as well to Charlie Lonzer for making those bad boys go. Charlie always out doing yeoman's work during the demolition derbies and tough trucks and that kind of stuff. Number 7. Back at it in heat number 7. Those pickup trucks out there smashing around. We began with 11 and we'll finish with 4. Still out there and rolling around in the derby ring. In the 03, that's Yorkville, Tyler Boyknott. In the 24, Waynesburg, Michael Lambert. In the 75, In the 03, Tyler Boycott from Urexville. In the 32, Desiree Nesbitt from Waynesburg. And in the 75, Daryl McMillan. Battling and clashing and crashing for the top spot is he's number 7 of the Demolition Derby tonight. So the 03 car of Tyler Boycott and the 75 of Daryl McMillan, the two that are out there. So it's the 75 and it's the 03 and it's heat number 7. One of these guys going to finish with the top spot in heat number 7 tonight. So Mr. McMillan going to go down to the south side and jam it in reverse and come looking for the Boycott truck, and he finds it. Tyler got that bad boy moving again, trying now to move away to be able to apply a shot of his own. Tyler Boycott from Urexville, the 03 in the 75. Daryl McMillan from up around Canton. It's the 7.5 and the 03, the 03 and the 7.5. Right now, McMillan doing the damage in the 75, and Boycott trying to get off that wall over the south side of the Derby ring in his 03. Started with 11, down to 2. And Tyler waves off, and that's going to bring heat number 7 to a close. Ryder Demolition Derby at the Tuscarawas County Fair. Finishing in 4th place in the 43 from Tuskegee, Warner. In 3rd, driving the 32 from up in Waynesburg, Desiree Nesbitt. In second place, a nice run in heat number 7 in the 03 from Urexville, Tyler Voigtnot. And taking home first place in heat number 7, driving that 7.5er, Daryl McMillan. In the 920, David Jones from Philly. And also in the heat number 8 tonight, in the 86, Richard Hamilton from Philadelphia. So it's Hamilton in the 86, Brendo Wisman from Philly in the 13B to 777, Matthew Harrison from Philly in the 920, David Jones. And the green flies heat number 8 tonight. We award the top 4, so they'll all obviously be in the top 4. The question is, who will be number 1? Our 4th place finisher in all the heats tonight get a trophy. And then the top 3, 1, 2, and 3. Take home prize, money and a trophy, all courtesy of J.D. Byrider, West 3rd and Dover. The big old vans smashing into one another in our Tuscarawas County Fair Demo Derby Ring. That was the 886, Richard Hamilton, and the 920 from David Jones. Now Matthew Harrison in the 777 got it started back up, and matches up in the 13B being driven by Brenda Wisman. Everybody's trying to elevate to that top spot, and a nice job in reverse. David Jones takes it to Richard Hamilton's van, and now it's the Matthew Harrison van applying some damage of its own. Hamilton in the 86, Wisman in the 13B, Harrison in the 777, and Jones in the 920, all up in the northwest corner of the Derby ring, heat number 8. The 2016 Tuscarawas County Fair Demolition Derby. All those bad boys are right now sort of jammed up in the northwest corner of the Derby ring. And you've seen lots of smashing and crashing tonight. Vehicles upside down, vehicles on their side, fires. Sort of what you pay your money to see in the grandstand. Richard Hamilton in the black with the orange lettering and numbering. And the 86, the white van with the purple lettering, the 13B driven by Brenda Wisman, and the silver and red 920 is new Phillies David Jones. Jones taking a couple of shots, the first from Wisman, the second from Hamilton. As these three now battling for number 1 in heat number 8 tonight. Hamilton's got it in reverse, going looking for Brenda Wisman's van up there on the north side of the gravy ring, and drives Brenda back toward that wall and up onto the wall, and that's going to be it. And our van, he's number 8 tonight. The 777, Matthew Harrison. Finishing in 3rd place here at Heat number 8. All brought to you by J.D. Byrider in the 920, David Jones. Finishing in 2nd place in the 13B, Brenda Wisman. And in the number 1 spot, taking home the biggest trophy and the most prize money in this Heat number 8 for vans, the 86 Richard Hamilton. And away we go. They're looking at Heat 9A. Heat 9A. With us for any amount of time here tonight. We reward the top 4 in each team, the top 4 in each team. Back to green in Heat 9A. We'll tell you who's still moving here in a moment in the 64 car. After Robbie Meek from Dio, the white 64 Confederate flag and lime green numbers up on top. Meanwhile, in the purple 77 from up in Strasburg, it's Richard Dayton. Cumberstown, Danny Ross. The 77, Richard Dayton from Strasburg, the 64 car, Dan Ross from New Cumberstown. In the 88, Danny Ross. So we started with 12, we're down to 4. Well, that's the 64 car being driven up onto the north side of the Derby wall. Dan Ross from New Cumberstown. Back at it in heat 9-8. In the 77, it's purple Richard Dayton from Strasburg. In the 7N, Teddy Boyknot. Teddy and Richard clashing right in front of your eyes on the south side of the Derby ring. So Boyknot applying the hit that time to the Dayton vehicle. Now, when one of your wheels ain't moving, yeah, you see the steam rolling off. That's coming out of the Boyknot vehicle. Now Richard Dayton's going to hit him again. Teddy trying to get that bad boy back up and started again. And 77. It's Teddy again. Teddy's trying to get that bad boy restarted and roll out of there. It started with 12. It's down to Richard Dayton, Strasburg in the 77, and Teddy Boyknot in the 22. Here's the 7 in. Richard Dayton of Strasburg in the 77. In this heat 9A of service with J.D. Byrider, West 3rd and Dover. We started with 12, we're down to 2. Fourth place from Newcomerstown in the 64, Dan Ross. Finishing in third in the 88 from Newcomerstown, Danny Ross. In the number 2 spot in Heat 9A from J.D. Byrider. From Strasburg, driving the 77, Richard Dayton. That may be the loudest cheering section we've heard all. You guys like Richard? And in the top spot in Heat 9A, driving the 7N, Teddy Boydnar. You'll see the 13K car being driven by Kenny Meister of Freeport. In the 330, Jake Carmen from Canada. 7JR Brandon Mansfield. In the 75, Daryl McMillan from Canton. In the 07, Chris Durbin. In the 34, New Phillies, Travis Mazzolini. In the 99D from Millersburg, Rachel Mike. In the 46, Midvale, Sam Scott. In the 51X, John Vermillion. In the 416 from Trinidad, Cora Fronsman. In the number 3, Jake Bornhorst from New Philly. In the 127, Foster Wilburn from Uricksville. In the 69er, it's Kent Jeremy Perry. And the 22-29, Paul Austin Jr. from Uricksville. And in the 26 for the Twin Cities, Doug Milburn, Fort Speed at Heat 9B tonight. It is Heat 9B. One more to roll after this one. And the green flies on Heat 9B. Here's who we still got out there and running the 26 car. That's Doug Milburn from Zurichville in the 26. In the 4-1-6 from Canadian Coral Swanson. In the 7JR, Brandon Mansfield. In the 99D from over home county way, Rachel Mike. In the 51X, that's John Vermillion. Just saw the 51X of John Vermillion. In the 7JR of Brandon Mansfield. Also out, moving, rolling around the 416 of Cora Bronson. And the 26 of Doug Milburn from the Twin Cities. Way on. The 26 of Doug Milburn, the 416 of Cora Frontman, and the 51X of John Vermillion. In the 416, John Vermillion in the 51, and Doug Milburn trying to get off the wall in the 26. And Vermillion meet up now. Vermillion drives the Bronson vehicle back. They're all chained within between about a half dozen vehicles who've been stopped for a while. Be tonight. In fourth place in the 7JR, Brandon Mansfield. Finishing number 3 in the 26 car from Zurichville, Doug Milburn. In the second position, in the 51X, John Vermillion. And finishing in the top spots in Heat 9B tonight in the 416, Cora Brunsman from Dunedin. We are down to our final heat. Driving the C4 in the Outlaws, Dustin Camp. And in the 755, Eric Bennett. These bad boys gonna go at each other. The 755 Dustin C4. Don't need me to tell you this. In the number 2 spot in the C4, Dustin Kemp. And taking home top honors in our final heat tonight in the 755 from Eric Bennett.